Hi Madhu, how are you?
Yeah, hi sir. Good evening, sir. I'm good, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm good too. Thank you. So can you tell me what is the difference between overloading and overriding?
Yes, sir. Sir, overloading is developing a multiple method with the same name, but different implementation in the argument, whatever you are passing. So that is called method overloading. For example, if you are taking a username text field,
Hmm.
so we are passing the different usernames. So different data we are sending. So that is called method overloading. And method overriding is so whenever we are giving the new implementation of the existing feature, so that is called method overriding, sir.
Okay, okay. Can you give one example by writing the code?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And you have to write the code in the online Java compiler.
Okay, sir. Okay. I'll share my screen.
Hmm. I'm giving you screen sharing rights. Yeah, it's given. You can click on share screen button.
Sir, method
Mhm.
overloading or method overriding, which one, sir?
Both of them, both.
Oh, Sir, I wrote this
Mm-hmm.
much. Uh,
Okay, okay, fine, fine. So you have done overriding,
Overloading, sir. Overloading.
overloading you have done. Okay. What about if I want to achieve overriding in the same program then?
So overriding in the sense again, for example, this is existing feature in the sense. So I'm implementing that existing feature in the sense. So I have to override along with that. We have to create one method for that. Then we have to whatever implementation we are doing. So we have to implement in that main class.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine, fine. So this is fine. What is the difference between list and set?
So list and set, it's
Mm-hmm.
coming under collection. So collection is a unified architecture.
Mm-hmm.
It consists of classes and interfaces. So a list under coming like array list, vector, linked list, uh, in set, hash set, linked asset, tree set. It's coming. So in list, it is a dynamic. We can fetch the element index by index randomly, and so it will allow the duplicates. List will allow the nulls, and the synchronization is uh, like performance is very fast like compared to the array list and linked list. So and it will allow the heterogeneous type of data, and when it comes to that set, that is it is also like it will allow the dynamic element, and uh, it will not allow the duplicates, and it will allow the nulls. So here we cannot fetch the elements by the randomly, so because it is completely auto sorted,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, linked asset will follow the order of instruction. Tree set will completely auto sorted, and Uh, this is a difference between list and sets.
Mm-hmm. So can we store null elements in set?
So null we can store, sir, and
In
uh,
list?
list also we can. It will allow the nulls, and it will not. It will allow the duplicates in list. In set, it will not allow the duplicates.
Right. So can we store multiple null elements in list?
Yeah, sir, we can store the multiple elements in list.
Okay.
In
And
set
what
also we
about
can.
set?
Set also we can store the multiple nulls.
Okay. See, in set, null elements can be stored only once, but in list, you are correct. Multiple null elements can be stored.
Okay.
Right. Okay. What is priority queue in Java?
What is the priority?
Priority queue in Java.
So priority queue in
Mhm.
Java, it's coming under like collection only.
Mhm.
Priority key, there is two types are there. One is pole and uh, uh, pole and peak. So pole, what will do? It will fetch the number and it will not remove the duplicate numbers. But in peak, it will fetch that numbers and it will remove that index by one. It will remove when you are fetching that index-wise number. So it will remove and it will whatever the remaining numbers are there, it will store in that peak.
So what kind of algorithm is used in a priority queue?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, no problem. It's FIFO, first in, first out algorithm will be used, right? So that's how the priority queue will come. Now, queues definitely will follow first in, first out, but at times there are some elements which needs the priority, right? That is where priority queue would be used. Mm, okay, what is the difference between stack and queue?
Yeah,
Mm,
uh, I'm not aware of that.
okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Mm, fine. Fine. Which are the interfaces that you are aware about with respect to Java collection? I'm asking.
Sir, interfaces,
Hmm.
we are using like uh, in that Selenium, like whenever you are
No,
launching
no,
the.
not about Selenium, but about you are aware about collections, right? So
Yes,
there
sir.
are some classes interface available in that collections. So which are the interface? Which are the classes in them?
So, interfaces list set queue,
Hmm.
classes are array list, vector, linked list,
Hmm.
priority queue,
Hmm.
tree set, hash set, linked hash map, hash set.
What about tree map?
So tree map,
Hmm.
sorry, trees in the tree maps coming under in the sense, uh, classes are like collection is in that maps. So maps it's only three
Hmm.
classes like hash map, tree map, linked hash
Hmm.
map.
Hmm.
So that is a
Okay, let me share the screen. Yeah, now is the screen visible to you?
yes, sir.
So you have got list, you have got queue, you have got set, right? Within the list, you have got array list, linked list, vector, and stack. Within queue, you have got priority queue, and this array list, linked list, and all these things are your classes.
Yes.
The green color items are your interfaces.
Okay.
Okay. Then within map, you have sorted map, right? And then if you see the difference between the arrow is also there. So if it is not a dotted arrow, then that is your extends keyword.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, please.
So whenever you'll get this question in an interview, you can draw this kind of a diagram and you can explain the interview. Right? So they'll be happy with the knowledge that you will have.
Okay, sir.
Right? List, queue, and set. Fine. Great. Uh, okay. What is encapsulation?
Encapsulation is like wrapping up the data member and function member. So
Mm,
we are using encapsulation. For example, if you are coming into that like our project instance, so we are using POM clause for that, and here all the web elements we are storing into that,
mm,
and providing that getter setters method. For example, if we are using like payment method and all, it will be like very secure. So we have to store it in that using private, and just we are fetching into that main class. So to handle that, we are using encapsulation.
mhm. Okay. Fine. What is finally block?
The finally block is coming under
Mm,
exception handling.
mm,
Uh, and whenever we are using try and catch, under that, after first will come try, next catch, then finally. So finally, we are using to close that, like browsers,
mm,
after the exception handling, whenever it will handle that. So if we want to close that, then we are using final block to close the browser,
mm,
or we have to go to the next method or next steps to execute, in the sense we are using finally block too. It's
mm.
coming under exception handling.
Okay. Can you tell me a few of the cases where finally block does not execute?
Finally block does not execute.
Mm, mm,
I'm I'm not recalling exactly that.
mhm. Okay. See, finally block will not execute when there is an exception itself in the finally block, or if the user has used a system.exit method in the block, right? In those cases, finally block will not get executed, right? So those are the limitations you can say with
Okay.
respect to finally block. Uh, okay. So can you write a program in Java to sort an array?
Okay. Array.
Yeah, and you can take any array and you have to sort in the ascending order,
Oh, oh.
right?
Instead of collection also we can do, sir. Like,
Yeah, without collections also, that's fine.
yes, 1 second, sir.
Whichever way you are comfortable with,
Yes,
you have to write in the Java
because
compiler.
sorting we can do in the set. Uh,
Yeah, you can do, but you don't have to use the inbuilt method that is sort that is available. Don't use that without using that inbuilt method.
okay. I'll go with without collections.
Yes. Can you share your screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Online Java compiler only you have to write.
Yes. Sir, it's done, sir.
Okay, can you explain the flow of this program?
Sir, here I'm using int array. So
Mm,
I'm using for loop for that.
mm,
Inside that I'm using one more for loop.
mhm,
So here I'm comparing if array I greater than uh, array j.
mm,
So I'm sorting. This is one temp I took, that is
mm,
empty.
mm,
In that I'm comparing here,
mm,
uh, and I'm sorting here. If it is greater than this, then it will storing into array I.
mm, mm,
Again, if it is then if again it will follow iterate. If
mm,
it is greater than this is not greater than this. So what will happen? It will store into array. First I 2 will come to here,
mm,
and next again it will comparison will start again this for loop.
Mm,
If it is two is greater than one, no, sir, it's not greater than one, then it will store into this array I.
mm,
Next, in temp, it will store into this two. Next, again, it will swap. So after that, again, it will iterate that
mm,
until it will, if it is greater than array I, what will happen? So it will again, it will change that
mm,
number. If
mm,
it is greater than less, then it will come and sit into that array J.
mm,
So
mm,
this
mm.
sorting will happen. Then last, I'm printing here. One more for loop I'm using, and I'm printing that array K.
Okay, okay, fine. Can you explain upcasting and downcasting in Java? Can you write the program to explain that? Any program? Yeah, upcasting or downcasting.
So upcasting and downcasting, I'll explain.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Mm,
the upcasting is whenever upcasting in a sense from the parent, it's navigating to the child, that is that is downcasting from the parent, it's navigating to the child, that is downcasting. Downcast, we have only explicit bit. In that upcasting from child to parent, it's navigating in a sense. So there will have two, one is explicit and implicit.
mm.
So that is called upcasting.
Okay, see, I'll explain you. Okay, now is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
So you have this one of the class animal in that you have got one method make sound. So this is a simple print statement. Then you've got class dog, which is extending animal, right? And you've got this print statement. Now, what is upcasting? When you this is animal equal to new dog, right? This is called as upcasting. Parent class, okay, this is your parent class. Object equal to new child class. Okay, so this is allowed. Now, when I tell you the same example, okay, now with respect to downcasting, what would happen is we'll write dog, this is your child class, object equal to dog of animal, right? Downcasting. Or you can say it as an explicit, right?
Yes.
Now this will be accessible to you, dog.bark, right? So this is downcasting, right? In upcasting, what is happening is your reference is of parent class. Here, the reference is of child class itself.
Okay.
If we write dog equal to new dog, then there is normal object creation. But
Okay.
if you write dog equal to dog of animal, then that will be your downcasting. Fine. Uh, what is constructor? What is the use of constructor?
But construction is it is a special member of the class, so
Mm,
we can initialize the variables or method.
mm,
So constructor, yeah, each class name should be same as constructor name, and construct will not have any return type or return any value.
mm,
So whenever we are creating the object, or construct will get invoked, and constructor always will be non-static method.
mhm. Okay. What is the difference between abstract class and interface?
The abstract class, whenever we finalize as an abstract, that is
Mm,
abstract class. And in abstract method we don't have any body, so only
mm,
we have method, that is abstract method. In interface is like a Java type, so we have two methods, like we have two types like variable and method. We cannot create for that object for that interface, but we can create a reference variable in interface. Through
mm,
the reference variable we can call the methods. So that is interface, and from the uh, interface to class we can do the implementation. From
mm,
interface to interface we can do the extents.
mm.
So that is uh, different.
Okay, fine. Can you write a Java program to print this pattern? So first line is having 1 star, second line is having 2 stars, third line is having 3 stars, fourth line is having 4 stars, fifth line is having 5 stars. So this is a pyramid kind of a pattern that you have to print.
Sir, I'm not
Mhm. No
okay.
problem. No problem. That's fine. The solution would be you can take two for loops. One
Yes,
for loop would be your outer loop, in which you have to come up with the number of rows you want to print. Second for loop is your inner loop, in which you have to print the number of columns.
yes,
Right.
sir.
So those kind of approach you can have. So for loop, first for loop will have integer I, it will have the traversing. Second for loop will have the integer j, and that kind of traversing will happen. Right? Yeah. Okay, Madhu, can you tell me something about yeah, the difference between static and non-static variables?
Static, any keyword declared with the static is called
Hmm,
static method. And
hmm,
static method will have only one copy.
hmm,
And static is associated with the class. Um, so whenever if we want to access from one class to another class, we'll use the class name dot method name.
hmm,
And non-static is whenever we are not declaring as a keyword static, that is non-static. And non-static is have multiple copies. And it is associated with the object. So
hmm,
whenever we want to access from one class to another class, we'll use uh, reference variable dot method name.
hmm,
So that is non-static.
hmm, hmm. Okay, okay. Okay, Madhu, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Just I want to know that the feedback from your side.
sure, sure.